What's the situation with that investigation now?
Well, we've still got a lot of loose ends to tie up in documentation. Unfortunately, it takes a lot of time to do that. We still pursue the case and make sure that we run all avenues of this case out just to draw the conclusion that we know that we have today. We feel that Wade Williams was responsible, and in order to prove that, we'll have to use forensics and information that we received as a result of this investigation here in Holmes County.
Can you tell us at this time, since the suspect is no longer at large, what exactly led to him being developed as a suspect and how the parents were killed?
Well, I can't go into great detail on that. I can tell you that early on in the investigation, the Cottondale Police Department, who was the primary agency on this homicide because it occurred in their city limits, determined that the owner, the victim, Mr. Williams, Bruce Williams' truck was gone. We immediately began to look for that vehicle, and then it was spotted here in Holmes County, not far from where we're gathered here. The vehicle had been abandoned in the woods after it had been burned. We also encountered a small camp not far from that location. That would have been Thursday. So those together, along with multiple people calling in with information from all around, we've been working on this every day. And we were hoping it was not going to come to anyone else being injured or killed, but it's unfortunate that did not occur. There's a lot. It's not TV. It's not what you see on television, and it takes a lot of time. And we still will run this out. We will pursue it, to make sure that we document what occurred. And I don't know if we'll ever understand why it occurred, but we will at least understand what took place and make sure that it's well documented.
The other canine officer who was injured, was he also shot?
Yes.
Are you currently at liberty to release names of those individuals?
We're not releasing those names at this time of the officers involved in that. There's still an ongoing investigation. Anytime an officer involved in a situation like this, fire department law enforcement is the one that takes the lead as far as the investigation goes. And this will be concluded when they conclude their part of the investigation. The investigation as far as the double homicide in Jackson County, we will pursue that and finalize that with Cottondale Police Department and making sure that we have covered all the bases.
At this time, can you say if one of the officers killed Wade Williams? Was it shot from one of their weapons?
At this point, I cannot tell you that. No, ma'am.
Okay.
I can tell you that there was a lot of gunfire going on. So there was, we just at this point, until Fire Department Law Enforcement and Medical Examiner's Office work that out, we can't tell you that. The purpose of the sheriff and I here today is to basically help the sheriff's office here. They're handling the part of the investigation because we're in their county, and we're here just to be able to support. We all work very closely together, and something like this, we all grieve. It doesn't make a difference if he wears the uniform of Department of Corrections or a sheriff's office. And when those guys are out performing their function, they're working with us and they're part of us. And we're all dealing with that now. We've had chaplains from the different various agencies, from the sheriff's office in Okaloosa County who went to the hospital where the family is, to chaplains who've come here from Bay County. Okaloosa County's got people coming. So we're all a very, very close-knit group. This is something that when you affect one of us, you affect us all.
Give us some context as to what the resources devoted from both of your agencies has been to this case over the last week.
It's hundreds of man-hours.
Yes.
Hundreds of man-hours from our agency, hundreds of man-hours from Jackson County, hundreds of man-hours from Holmes County, Walden County.
Up in Alabama even.
Alabama, and we've got Game and Fish, Florida Wildlife Commission here.
Highway Patrol, FDLE, U.S. Marshal Service, ATF. We've had DOT. We've had if you can think of an agency just about, they've been involved.
And that's the good thing, that when we send out the call, whatever agency it might be, if it's Holmes County, Jackson County, that we go. We have to expeditiously send that. But it's just like this morning, the gentleman that was hunting was very fortunate that he's still walking. and is still here. Because we try to send everything out we can to find these type of individuals, get them off the streets, get them out, and that's our job to protect the public.
Can you tell us what county or correctional institutions and officers that were wounded and killed from?
The
Holmes Correction.
County.
And was it just the 2 corrections officers that were in the woods this morning?
No, there were several officers in the woods with
Okay.
the team.
Law enforcement and corrections.